Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today is Friday, April 5th, 2024. Let's dive in. We're going to get started with Mortgage News Daily, their daily rate survey. So let's see where they have the rates going here. And again, the most important thing is not the rate, but the trend. So they have the 30-year fixed rate, and again, that's conventional at 6.99. The 30-year fixed FHA, 6.44. Okay. So it looks like they were both down or are currently both down from yesterday. Now, coincidentally, I did jump into another lender's or a lender's rate sheet, and it did look like it actually increased. So we'll see if this just hasn't been updated or maybe the market has changed since the release of those rates. But so we'll see. We'll track that throughout the day. And of course, if there's any major changes, I'll kind of jump in and make a quick little video. Let's go to inventory. Let's see what happened overnight. So April 5th, we have our inventory at, again, in Port St. Lucie at 2,235. That is an increase of 0.27% from 2229. Our listings under or priced under 375 continues to increase from 510 to 518. That is now a month-to-date increase of over 5%. Our listings from or above 375 have actually decreased month to date from 1728 to 1715, a very small kind of unchanged overnight, but we're sitting at 1715. And again, you'll see where month to date we're down 0.75%. The number of current homes reduced. Now, this has seen quite a jump. So this is something that I definitely want to track. I'm not sure. Look, the market's completely different than it has been. We're in a different world. We're trying to get back to normal, whatever that looks like moving forward. But generally speaking, I'm not sure if these reduced listings increase during the spring buying season. It's not something I've tracked very much specifically for the spring buying season. So let's see what that does. But overnight, it actually increased 2.87% from 628 to 646, which is an increase of 7.5% month to date. So that's quite a big jump. On our rental properties, it has basically kind of stayed the same from 344 at the beginning of the month to about 346. But overnight, it did increase 0.29%. Again, these numbers are so low that any change is going to kind of move the needle a little bit. All right. So nothing major there. U.S. economy. So this is a report. The jobs report came out or comes out the first Friday of every month. Instead of me trying to read this to you, I'm going to play about 1 minute of Yahoo Finance's breakdown of the report. So hopefully it brings a little value to you. You don't have to go anywhere to go search for it, but let's go ahead and jump in.
Are wages telling us to break down what the March jobs report coming in much hotter than expected today? More than 300,000 jobs were added last month during the month of March. But what are wages telling us? To break down what you may have missed in this report, Yahoo Finance's very own Josh Schaefer is here. Yeah, forget about the headline number. It's we're still getting paid, Brad. That's a big deal. Making money out there. They're making a little bit less money than they're seeing slower increases than they were seeing before, right? That's sort of the takeaway from that 4.1% number down from 4.3. Remember, we saw the big spike in January. I believe that number was 4.5% year over year growth. And the reason I'm highlighting wages here, guys, is because when you have a hot number like this with a big increase in the non-farm additions, a big increase unemployment coming down, you have this strong picture. People are going to look at, okay, are wages going up significantly too? And then we're going to be talking a lot about inflation. I think this is sort of the balancing piece of this report that stood out to me. At least we didn't have a massive uptick in wages with the hot number for everyone to sort of freak out about the print being too hot. I don't know. That was
Great to point that out, right? It's kind of the silver lining in this report, I guess, compared to what it could have been. But still, though, when you take a look at the fact that it is a 4.1% increase on a year basis, 3/10 of a move to the upside or growth, I should say, on a month over month basis, is that, though, still way too hot for the Fed, given how resilient the economy is and given how the fact that the jobs market remains once again to be holding up much stronger than we anticipated.
I was listening to data.
All right, so I'll stop there. Again, as you can see, the report came in hot from kind of the words that they're using. It came in at 303, more than expected. Unemployment went from 3.9 to 3.8%. So for us in the mortgage industry, good news is bad news, bad news is good news. That's good news, which may result into, again, higher for longer rates on mortgages. So we'll continue to track that. But again, if the Fed doesn't lower the rates, if inflation continues to be persistent because of a strong job market, inflation will continue to stay elevated, which will then prompt mortgage rates to stay elevated. So, all right. One last thing that I wanted to touch on the news is not on this page, but I kind of jumped in and saw, I guess there was a earthquake in New Jersey, New York area, 4.5, 4.7, something along those lines. So I've never been through an earthquake. I'm not sure if that's major, if there's damage and things like that, but hopefully everyone over there is safe. On a lighter note, check out my cup. This is kind of one of my coolest gifts that I've ever gotten. It's a set of 4 cups and kind of the body. And if you can't tell, that's Clark Griswold from Family Vacation. I freaking watched that movie like 1,000 times, and I don't care if it's Christmas or 4th of July, it's still funny. So, but and it's starting to chip. It's kind of they're starting to chip because I've had them for so long. So I got to find the new set. Anyway, lastly here, let's go to based on this information on the market, on the jobs report, let's see how the market is doing. Specifically, I want to see the 10-year yield, and I'm sure it's updated since I started this video. Everything again is for the most part green. On top over here, US 10-year yield is at 4.375, which is up 0.064, an increase of 1.485% since the open this morning. So again, not that the rates will go up, but if the trend continues to stay in the green, that is a better. It's more likely that mortgage rates may be adjusted throughout the day on the top end. So other than that, I hope you have a great weekend.